guys, thanks so much for joining us again. We're going to be doing our back to basics using our cheek palette. We're going to cover blush, bronzer, and highlighter in this one magic video with one magic palette. So this is the cheek palette. So it's magnetic, so give me a second. Okay, so now that you have the cheek palette, we have 6 products. We have two distinctive blush colors. You have a little bit more pink, a little bit more peach. This has a little bit of iridescent in it. It's very light. This one can also be used as a blush because it has a little bit more of a orangey tone. So you can kind of play with these 3 as blushes. And in regards to bronzers, we have the 2 distinctive one. This one's a little bit more red. This one's a little bit more yellow, so it has a little bit more brown feeling. And then you can also use this one to give more of a sun-kissed, that orange look. And last but not least, your highlighter. So between these 3, you have blush, and these 3, you have bronzer, and this one you have your highlighter. So what I recommend is for, depending on your coloring, if you are fair, I would start here as your bronzer to kind of warm up the skin. And if you want a little bit more richness, then go here, and you can play with either blush and then your highlighter. If you are a medium tone like me, then I would again start here to warm up the skin and then go to the brown to really give you that sun-kissed, and then play with either the blushes and then your highlighter. If you're a deeper skin, then I would use this shade to begin to warm up the skin, and then kind of go with between these 2 depending on your skin tone to kind of give it that extra bronzer. Same thing, either blush will work, and then your highlighter. Just with deeper skin, you don't want to use too much highlighter because then it'll look a little ashy. Now to get started, I'm going to be using the orangey tone, a little bit of the orangey tone. You just want to tap a little bit on the side. Then using the side of the brush, so you have one side has a little bit of product, the other side has a little product, that's left and right. You want to start at the temple and work your way in between the nose and the mouth. Now, most people don't know where to place products, so I am going to give you my tip on how to do that. The way you know is like if you're cooking a steak, rare, medium, and well done. In the rare section, it's a cool analogy, don't judge me. In the rare section, it's the section where you press down and you have the most give. Okay, that is where I would put my bronzer. So it goes from the temple, and you always want to aim between your nose and your mouth, because if you go here and you do the fish face, it's just gonna go really low and you're gonna have like a big dollop of bronzer in like the bottom section of your face. So you want to aim here. Then in the medium, where you have a little bit of give but you still feel like you're hitting bone, that's where you put your blush. And then where you have all bone and no give, that's well done. And you want to put your highlighter there. So you want to layer it on top of each other and then blend them all together, and you can see what I'm talking about. So now that I'm going to use adding a little bit more product until I see the color, and I just want to tap it in using the orangey tone first, and you can see it's not very strong. So I'm getting to build the coloring instead of just adding like a dark shade on my skin. Now I'm gonna go to the brown, same way, just using each side of the brush. Our products are really soft, so you don't wanna go straight in. You wanna, because you go straight in, you're gonna just create a lot of excess. So now I'm gonna go a little further back and deepen that tone. Now, when you're doing the bronzer, you do want to go around the hairline and around your chin. So just to kind of do that and show you. So now I have it deepened, and using the brown, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. When you go around the hairline, you don't want to go in the middle of the forehead. You want to go on the actual hairline, tap it there. So it almost looks like a little ring. And then when you do this, you want to push it forward. This is going to give it the more blended look, so you don't look like you just have 2 shades. Does that make sense? Back to normal. And then a little bit of product on the sides of your nose. This is gonna help the highlighter create that really elongated look that most people are going for. And if that's not your thing, then don't do that. Just really lightly. You don't want it to be like you got 2 marks on your chin, on your nose. You just want it to be really slight. And a little bit on your chin to create more of a tight chin and not that, which is a natural thing for me. Okay, now I'm into my blush. I'm gonna be using the more peachy tone. I'm gonna go right under the eye, straight down. If I smile and put blush right here, it ends up like a big dollop right here. I don't want that. I want it to be like right over here. So just naturally, just want to tap the product till you see the color you like. Both sides, kind of make sure you do one side and the other side so it's even. And then blend upwards. Blending the bronzer and the blush together. Now keep in mind, blush is the first product that falls, meaning that, you know, in 10-15 minutes it'll look like you have less product on. So if you have a long day like I usually do, I like to do a heavier coat in the morning, so by 10 o'clock it looks what it will look like all day. Okay, I don't know why I did that. There's nothing on the product, but I'm just gonna do that because it feels good. Now the fun part is highlighter. So the reason why you want to be a little bit more gentle with the highlighter is on pictures and Instagram it looks amazing, but face to face it's a little intense. It looks like a unicorn was just like rubbing up on you, and then it's like, oh wait, glitter everywhere. So yeah, gentle. So both sides again. So I'm gonna start at the peak of my cheekbone. You don't want to bring the highlighter too close up to your eye, to your middle of the face. You want it on the peak of your cheekbone, because when the light hits you, it's going to hit you on any high points. So by doing it here, and like I can just feel it. If I feel like I'm hitting like knee or cheek, then you know you went too far. So I can see it and feel it there. Then you do the same thing on the other side, focusing here. So you can leave it intense like that if that's kind of your thing. If you want to be more blended, then just give it a good swipe across. Again, blending your blush and your bronzer and all that together. So you can see that I have coverage and like color on my face and shape, but it's not like too intense. So, and a little extra tip is if you want to highlight that ridge of your nose, I've seen people do this and they take the highlighter and they put it right on the tip of their nose and then take their finger and then go like that. For me, that's a little too intense. So I just take the brush and just swipe it down, just like that, and blend it out. If you want it to be more intense or certain areas, then go for it. But for my style, I like it to be a little softer. And if you can go crazy with the highlighter, put a little bit in your corner, in the inside corner of your eye, you know. So like I would use my finger because I have a more simple eyeshadow on. Make sure you blend it out. Cupid's bow, knock yourself out. And that is my cheek palette bronzer blush highlighter look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help you along your makeup journey. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And until next time.